everybody. Yeah, you can see the title down below. It's called The Best of Archie Sonic 2012. And it's going to be in a playlist called, let's just say, Sonic Fan Editorials, or Sonic Fan Holiday Editorials. In other words, things that people have said throughout the holiday break. And most of them are by one person. There are two different ones, this being one of them. And there's another one. And I am going to come out and say that the rest are going to probably not be very popular. The rest that I read will not be very popular. But this might be the most popular, the most unbiased one, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. So, this is by Mixed Fan 8643. This was done on the 22nd of December 2012 at 1:32 p.m., 3 days before Christmas. And this is what they consider the best of Archie Sonic in 2012. This is what they consider, and I quote Mixed Fan 8643. Hi there, guys. It's me, again with another journal entry. So 2012 is nearing the end, or to paraphrase, so 2012 is gone. It's come and gone. Christmas has come and gone. 2013 is here. And that whole Mayan bull crap can finally go away and disappear forever, as the world has, capitalized, not ended. Inevitably enough. So I thought I'd put up one last journal entry. So I thought I'd put up one last journal entry before the holiday, before 2000, towards the end of, well, basically they just said they put up one last journal entry before the Christmas season, but to paraphrase is, let's not use that, we'll just say, and what better thing for me to talk about than the Archie Sonic HR comic book series. And he puts in paragraphs, Archie Sonic hater tries to throw a tomato at me, I'll dodge it, and I shot him with a Tommy gun. Nice try, Archie Sonic hater. Anyways, the Archie Sonic comics is one of my big interests. And it's not surprising considering it's a comic book about Sonic the Hedgehog. The comic has been exceeding in quality ever since Ian Flynn has been writing for it, in my opinion, and no Archie hater can convince me otherwise. And this year has seen a hell of a lot of awesome issues this year. There's barely been anything bad that's come out of this year, so this will not, capitalize not, be a best and worst list, as I couldn't possibly list anything for the worst category, except the pointless game tie-ins we got this year. So I'm going to talk about the best of Archie Sonic that we've been treated to this year. So without further ado, let us get on with the list. Here's the best of Archie Sonic the Hedgehog 2012. Now remember, this is Mixed Fan 8643's best list, okay? And I continue quoting them, and I quote, Number 1, the Secret Freedom Fighters. This team is awesome. The psychic powers of Silver, the leadership of Elysis, the battle luck of Larry the Lynx, the weapons of Shard, and the sexiness of Laika and Lita, I guess, all make this team a very interesting one to follow and an excellent addition to the Sonic comic cast. The Secret Freedom Fighters was something I wasn't entirely sure about, but after seeing their arc and how beautifully they're contributing to the story, I think they're great. The whole build-up to them was extremely well done, and it was a brilliant way to bring Harvey Who back from the forgotten characters graveyard and back into active action. The Sikh and Freedom Fighters were a fun team to read about. The members are all an unusual bunch, but that makes them more unique and interesting. And the story is paying off well in the grand scheme of things. I look forward to seeing more of them in the future, and I'm sure Ian's got some good ideas for them right now. Well, let's hope and see. Number 2, The Trial of Geoffrey St. John. Ever since 219, I've been fascinated with Geoffrey St. John, and I've ached to learn more about this underrated character. And when The Trial of Geoffrey St. John finally came out in issue 233, I was amazed with what I read. Geoffrey's whole testimony was really well written and emotional, and it makes you feel sorry for the character. Also, it makes his heel turn more believable and understandable. Yes, there was a giant retcon on past continuity, but why the fridge do I care? Ken Penders and Carl Bowlers couldn't make me give a damn about that skunk, so I'm glad Ian Flynn's retconned on Geoffrey's history. It's made him more interesting as a character, and it's given me a reason to pay attention to him, as well as care about him. Under Ken Penders, he was just the living characterage of Ken himself. Under Carl, I've got nothing. And under Ian, he's become badass, interesting, and a character I care about now. The whole trial was well written, well done, and the ending was quite satisfying. Geoffrey gets pardoned by Nogith, and is let off scot-free because of this. I love issue 233, and I will continue to read it as time goes on. And I apologize in the background, there's a train going on, crossing the tracks in the background, even though the tracks are way down there. Number 3, issue 235, Remember the Fall. This issue is Ian Flynn at best in terms of heart and a nice calm after the storm we had in the previous issue. Issue 235 was emotional and heart-wrenching, and Ian did a fantastic job of portraying emotion and making us feel for our heroes. The atmosphere is perfect, the artwork and the script mesh together flawlessly, and I can't honestly find anything wrong with this issue. Well, there are a little flaws with it. One being Sonic snapping on Silver. Well, that was reasonable. He reacted a little too violently in my books. He should have remained calm. But this is a realistic take on real life things. When something bad happens and someone comes along with more bad stuff to dump on your plate, you just crack and explode like a volcano. This is reasonable and a good showcase of real life situations and emotions, but I do think it was a bit over the top for Sonic to react like that. Either way, issue 235 was wonderful, and anyone who dislikes this likely has no heart or just blatantly hates it because Ian Flynn wrote it. Hey, at least Ian can do emotional stories better than Ken. Ken just bored us to death with his soap opera garbage. Number 4, Status Quo is not God, or Team Fighters and Team Fighter Freedom, whichever title you think is more fitting. Yes, you read correctly. I think changing the status quo was one of the best things Archie has done this year. Well, I'm not one of those people who says, screw status quo in the media, and I'm always happy for a change of some kind on it. Okay, well, wait a minute. Hold on, let me correct myself. He says, well, I'm one of those who says, screw status quo in the media, and I'm always happy for a change of some kind, and boy did Ian Flynn give us a satisfying change in status quo. The Freedom Fighters have disbanded, and we now have 2 teams. Team Fighters, Sonic Tails Amy, and Team Freedom, Rotor, big, cream, heavy, and ball. These teams are great, and they do good at their jobs. I think the team splitting up and having their own jobs is a neat idea, and it's being executed beautifully. I'm loving Team Fighters particularly, although they should have included Knuckles, so we could have Team Sonic from Sonic Heroes. Oh well, the change in the status quo is a satisfying one, and I'm hoping we get some more new changes sometime soon. Oh wait, looks at Sally's new redesign. Number 5, Mecha Sally. As you all know, I'm one of the 0.1% of Sonic, 0.1% of Sonic comic readers that actually likes Mecha Sally, and I'm not ashamed of it at all. Mecha Sally is capitalized, mega cycles cooler than that overrated Chipmunk Sally Acorn. Okay, remember, this is mixed speed 8463's top, best list. Okay, remember that. Continuing on, I quote, "She's displayed some great badassness by cleaving the tornado in two, holding off Omega and Monkey Kong, and holding out well against Sonic, Tails, and Amy. I love the kind of villain she's being right now. She's the kind of villain that toys with her victims, and constantly leaves them choking in the dust. She keeps toying with Team Fighters and leaving them in the dust just to slow them down, wear them out, and make sure they don't catch Eggman or stop her. That's great characterization for her. Just a pity the blind haters can't see that, because they only want things to gripe about in this comic, or in the comic. Mecha Sally's best moment might have to be fighting the Freedom Fighters in issue 234. She was so cool in that issue, it was unbelievable. I loved it when she captured Queen Hathor and Luke Wolf in issue 237 too. Especially if her line of, quote, "You will come with me quietly, otherwise the blood of your rescuers will be on your hands." Badass. Pity she's going to be de-roboticized after the Sonic Mega Man crossover. Number 6. Let me check my time here, folks. Alright. Number 6. The artwork. What can I say? Hey, we've had some smashing artwork this year, with the best coming from the underrated Stephen Butler and Jamal Peppers. The best artwork I think might have to be Tracy Yarden's pencilings for Sonic issue 45. Epic as hell work, Tracy, especially on the cars. I can't really say much else other than great work. Great artwork we've been getting this year. Keep it up, dudes. Number 7, the whole Axis Naga story. And hold on, let me check my time here before I get into this. Alright. Try to get this in. Nagas has been a very interesting villain throughout the course of 2012. Ian's been using him rather well this year, and his subplot has been getting me more and more interested in the story. Nagas as king was a great idea, and it's been executed well. I would like to see more of it, though, but that's comics for you. They're rather limited. Hold on, let me check my time frame here. Okay, and